Target's raising their prices because of tariffs, but Home Depot isn't. Oh, this is the conversation that's taking place right now. You get the Trumpsters out there saying, see, look at Home Depot's not raising their prices, and Walmart, you can't raise yours. And now we're watching videos, workers inside of Target, watching them, they're taking videos of themselves changing the stickers, the prices on a myriad of different items, and how high they're going because of the tariffs. And again, a lot of economic ignorance, quite frankly, but that's always been the case here in this country. Target's very much a different store than big box store, but different than Home Depot. I'll talk about Home Depot first. Home Depot, they currently source about half of the items they sell already here from the United States, but still a lot they're sourcing from overseas. So again, you ask the question, how is it? How is it that Home Depot is not going to be? You're not going to raise. They say they're not going to raise prices because tariffs, and Walmart and Target are. Again, Walmart and Target are a little bit more similar. If you don't think that Home Depot is going to actually really eat these costs and take a hit to their bottom line, a massive hit to their bottom line, because they're not. They're not. What Home Depot is going to do is they're going to find cuts elsewhere. We talked about this here on the program, where they're going to cut their advertising budget. They're going to cut workers' hours. They are going to do what is necessary to keep their numbers working. So it makes sense. Again, the CEO of Home Depot has a fiduciary duty to his shareholders. He can't just say, okay, we're going to, take a massive hit on that numbers. The stock would tank. They'll find the cuts elsewhere. Again, I tried to explain this yesterday, quite frankly, on the podcast, and some of the things that I'm hearing from young people that have recently graduated from college and jobs in New York, and these various different things, from advertising to PR, people I know at Google and various different places, and how companies are handling this. Now, what is that going to do? That's going to put people out of work. That's going to put people out of work. It's going to hurt the bottom line of other companies that's out there. These businesses, they don't live in a vacuum. Okay. Something happens and a massive cost, or, government intervention gets involved in the free market. Think about, you're throwing a massive rock or a cinder block into a pond, and you watch it ripple across a pond. That's what happens. It ripples across the economy. Again, Home Depot, little different type of a business, without a doubt, than Target and Walmart, which are, clothing / grocery stores, a myriad of other things. Their margins are different. And also, as well, they have to also bring people into their store for back to school and trying to attract them, to buy certain things. I don't know about you. I'm not a hardware store loyalist. I have a small family-run hardware store, Ace, up the street. Doesn't have everything that I need. I got, whatever's closer. I'll go into Home Depot. I'll go into Lowe's. It doesn't make any difference to me. People at Target and Walmart, people kind of like, they have one or the other for the most part, and they pick that. Their prices are going to be going up. So I try to avoid the arguments that are being made out there. But again, people that, quite frankly, they don't understand how the world works properly, and trying to pigeonhole a Home Depot or a Lowe's with a Target and a Walmart. But like I said, it reminds me. Remember that the branch manager in Wall Street, the movie Wall Street, Bud Fox sold some options to a client. The client back then it was a 5-day settlement, if I'm not mistaken. Had to send his check in. The options went down. Remember, he said the options took a bath, and he didn't send his money in. And what happens is that they sell out the account, and the broker, in that case Bud Fox in the movie Wall Street, had to pay. Now, what did the branch manager say? He says, somebody's got to pay. Ain't going to be me. That's what CEOs are doing right now. Somebody's got to pay. Ain't going to be me. WatchDog on wallstreet.com.